Bible Classic Edition, AMPC, 1 Samuel 23. Then they told David, "Behold, the Philistines are fighting against Keilah and are robbing the threshing floors." So David inquired of the Lord, "Shall I go and attack these Philistines?" And the Lord said to David, "Go smite the Philistines and save Keilah." David's men said to him, "Behold, we are afraid here in Judah. How much more then if we come to Keilah against the armies of the Philistines?" Then David inquired the Lord again and said, "Lord, answer him, Arise, go down to Keilah, for I will deliver the Philistines into your hand." So David and his men went to Keilah and fought the Philistines in great slaughter and brought away their cattle. So David delivered the people of Keilah. When Abishai, son of Ahimelech, fled to David at Keilah, he came with an ephod in his hand. Now it was told Saul that David had come to Keilah. Saul said, "God has delivered him into my hands, for he is shut in by going into a town that has gates and bars." Saul summoned all the men for war to go to Keilah to besiege David and his men. David knew Saul was plotting evil against him, and he said to Abiathar, the priest, "Bring the ephod here." And David said, "O Lord, the God of Israel, your servant has surely heard that Saul intends to come and destroy the city of Keilah on my account, and the men of Keilah deliver me into his hand. Will Saul come down, as your servant has heard? O Lord God of Israel, I beseech you, tell your servant." And the Lord said he will come down. Then David asked, "Will the men of Keilah deliver me and my men into Saul's hand?" The Lord said, "They will deliver you up." Then David and his men, about 600, arose and left Keilah, going wherever they could go. When Saul was told that David had escaped from Keilah, he gave up going there. David remained in the wilderness strongholds at the hill country in the wilderness of Ziph. Saul sought him every day, but God did not give him into his hands. David saw that Saul had come out to seek his life. David was in the wilderness of Ziph and in the wood at Horish. And Jonathan, Saul's son, rose and went into the wood to David at Horish and strengthened his hand at God. He said to him, "Fear not, the hand of Saul my father shall not find you. You shall be king over Israel, and I shall be next to you. Saul my father knows that too." And the two of them made a covenant before the Lord, and David remained in the wood at Horish, and Jonathan went to his house. And Ziphites came to Saul at Gibeah, saying, "Does not David hide himself with us in the stronghold in that wood of Horish, on the hill of Hijilah, which is south of Jessamon? Now come down, O king, according to all your heart's desire, to come down, and our part shall it be to deliver him into the king's hands." And Saul said, "The Lord bless you, for you have compassion on me. Go make yet more sure, and know and see where his haunt is, and who has seen him there. For I am told he deals very craftily. See that, and take not of all his hiding places, and come back to me with certain facts, and I will go with you. If he is in the hand, I will search him out among all the thousands of Judah." They arose and went to Ziph ahead of Saul. Now David and his men were in the wilderness of Bun in the Abrath south of Jeshimon. Saul and his men went to seek him, and David was told. He went down to the rock of wilderness of Maon and stayed. When Saul heard that, he pursued David in the wilderness of Maon. And Saul went on one side of the mountain, and David went and his men went on the other side of the mountain. And David made haste to get away for fear of Saul. And Saul and his men were surrounding him, and his men to capture them. But a messenger came to Saul, saying, "Make haste and come, for the Philistines have made a raid on the land." So Saul returned from pursuing David and went against the Philistines. So they called the place the Rock of Escape. David went up from there and dwelt in the strongholds of Engedi.